Hello, how are you today? Instead of unpacking my whole box, I thought I would just talk to you about a few things. So first is celery. Did you know that that's what this is? I know it looks so different, right? When I first saw celery like this, I was like, what is that? So first, as a reminder, leafy greens means green bag. Debbie Meyer green bag. I'll get back to the celery in a second, but also, so I have some microgreens, and you see it comes in a green bag, but this is a compostable bag. So you definitely want to transfer that into this special Debbie Meyer green bag so that your produce lasts longer. Because if it stays in this compostable green bag, it'll start to decompose quicker than if you put it in here. So these are really great just like mixed into any salads, on top as a garnish, on the side as a garnish. You use those throughout the week. Back to the celery. So this celery, so the celery that you get at the grocery store is all about like crunch and ants on a log, right? This has a little bit of crunch to it, but this is more about flavor. So when you taste this, it's almost like two different things. So I use this a couple different ways. One thing is you can just like take off all these leaves, tie them with a string, and put them in stock. So if you have that freezer bag that you've been using scraps, keeping your scraps, then use that with this celery, or just put it in the freezer bag. And this is gonna make a really great stock for you, really, really flavorful. It really makes you understand why celery is part of a lot of soup recipes. So speaking of soups, you can also take just like a part of these and use some of the greens in your soup as part of the greenery of the soup, and then that'll add a lot of flavor. I really like the crunch of this part in eggs. I know that sounds weird, but scrambled eggs. So I'll saute like a few, maybe 4 or 5 stems with some onion, maybe some garlic, saute those, and then do my scrambled eggs with that. And I like the crunch and the flavor. It's a really just bright flavor. So stuffing, I mean, I know that's a ways away, but think about celery and Thanksgiving stuffing. It's just the best. So let me know what you do with your celery. What else did I want to highlight? I'm still getting zucchini, and you know how like we get on kicks on things, right? So my kick this year has just been simple zucchini as a side, and I don't know why, but I can't get enough of that this year. So just a reminder, lengthwise, quarter, and then cut out the center so that the center seeds you're cutting out, and that is gonna transform your zucchini eating experience if you have not already been doing that. So yeah, I just saute it in a cast iron with a little bit of salt and pepper, and it's the best. Let's see, I guess the only other thing, I wanted to talk about okra, and I can't remember if I've talked about okra raw before, but if you haven't tried okra raw, you should try this okra raw. I'm not sure about other okra, but this burgundy purple okra, it just is like less slimy, and it's just really delicious. So Sylvan will come in while I'm cutting up okra, and I'll end up with like half of what I started with because he just comes and chomps on it, and I do too. It's Adam's market snack. Let's see, so I also have an eggplant over here, so probably one dish I'll do is okra just chopped, and eggplant, and some tomato and garlic, and saute that all together. Oh, with the eggplant, one thing is, so peel it, cube it, and then put some salt on it, and that helps to draw out some bitterness of the eggplant. Let that salt sit for like half an hour maybe, and then rinse it off and dry it off, and then cook with it. And that will help your eggplant experience. And then on that dish, I would put some microgreens on top as garnish. I think that would be really great. And then finally, we have butternut squash, and I'm so excited about it. This is a really great one because it has a really long, thick fat part here. So I'll make some butternut soup. You can either just like slice it in half and roast it and just like take out the pulp that way. Seeds first, actually take out the seeds first, then roast it. Or you can cut, peel, cube, and then roast the cubes like that. If you're making soup, you can just roast everything all together. So roast the butternut, an apple, the onion, anything that you're gonna put in the soup, and roast it, throw it in a pot, blend it, and then you have some good soup. So delicious. Garlic. Let's see, there's all sorts of things to do with butternut, so tell me what you're doing with yours, and I'm gonna make some soup this week. Enjoy!